Hello guys, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. The high today is 42. Go Missouri. I'm making coffee right now. I'm about to make coffee. I love this stuff. It's gone basically, but it's white chocolate peppermint, the Dunkin' Donuts coffee. It's beautiful. So I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna eat some breakfast, and then I'm gonna go to school because that's exciting. I love traffic. It's actually my favorite part of the school day, right here. Just chilling in the line of traffic. Because you guys can't see it, but we have 2,000 people in this parking lot with one exit. It's great. I don't think you guys can see it. Look at our Christmas tree. Let's see if I can get the entire thing in a shot. There we go. So, that is our tree. I'm gonna do like an entire Christmas decoration video, whatever, like I did last year, once everything's up. What I wanted to talk about is all these books. I'm going to sit in front of my tree and talk about books because I plowed through some books recently because my goal for the year for reading for books was 55 books. In November, I realized I was behind. I was like, oh, can't do that. So I started reading. I went to the library, and I usually, to pick out books, I go on Goodreads, and then I look at all the reviews for the different genres I like to read, and I try to find a good book that my library has from there. And so I went to the library expecting to get like a few different authors, and I ended up just getting like mainly one. So I got 5 different books. I'm gonna like show you all. I got from the library Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, which I'm going to explain all these later. But Crash by Nicole Williams, One Tiny Lie by K.A. Tucker, 10 Tiny Breaths, and 4 Seconds to Lose, all by K.A. Tucker. So I'm going to talk about this book first, is Crash, and that's what I read first. And it was good. It wasn't like my most favorite book in the world, but it was pretty good. It was just like a typical YA romance book. And then what I wanted to talk about, I have not read Rainbow Rowell's book yet. That's what I'm about to read, like starting now, I guess. Basically, this is based off the book Fangirl, which I loved when I read it. I think I read it back freshman year maybe, and I loved it. And this is basically the premise of Fangirl is that she was writing fan fiction about these 2 characters, and then this is those 2 characters' story. So I'm really excited to read it. It's huge, but it should be good. What I wanted to talk about in depth was the K.A. Tucker books. It starts off with 10 Tiny Breaths. I love the covers first off. The covers are stunning. So 10 Tiny Breaths was first, then One Tiny Lie, and then there was 4 Seconds to Lose, which I just finished like 2 minutes ago. Sorry if my camera's really shaky, my hand hurts. Basically, I love those books. They're new adult, so like they're a little more like promiscuous, I guess. And they kind of deal with way heavier topics, but I really like this. The first book is basically about a girl named Casey whose parents, boyfriend, and best friend all died in a drunk driving accident. She was the only survivor, and her and her little sister are the only ones left. Her little sister had to stay home sick that's why her little sister's still alive. And so they flee to Miami because of this event that happens with their aunt and uncle or who they've been living with. So they try to start over in Miami, and it's just their life story, and it's so good. Oh, it's so good. But Casey has a lot of different, like, she has PTSD because she hasn't handled the situation and like properly handled what's happened to her and her family and whatever. So that's good. I don't want to give that much away. You go read it on Goodreads if you want more details, because I feel like if I talk too much about it, I'll give it all away. The second book, just gonna go really quickly, is One Tiny Lie, and it's the little sister's point of view. She was like this perfectionist girl, and she's going to Princeton, and like she's holding on to the dream that her father had for her when she was 9 when he died. And so she's realizing now that what she's doing isn't making her happy, but she feels like she can't leave it because she's afraid she'll disappoint her dad. So it's really good. She ends up like getting together with like the Princeton rowing team captain, and he has all of his own kind of baggage. It's so good. Oh, I love it. This one is so good too. And then the third one is 4 Seconds to Lose, and this one is about the first girl, Casey, ended up working at this club to make her money and like get out of the situation. You'll understand more if you read the book. Anyway, the third book is about the club owner and his chance at like finding love, and like even though he owns this club, he has a no-tolerance policy for any kind of drugs or prostitution because his mom was a prostitute and like got killed in the business, and then his dad was a drug dealer, and it's bad, and he got killed too. And so he has this no-tolerance policy for drugs or anything of the sort, and he ends up falling for this girl named Charlie, whose stepdad has been blackmailing her into being a drug mule, and obviously he doesn't know this, and so he's falling for her, and she's trying to like pull away because she realizes as soon as she gets close to anyone, her stepdad pulls her away. So good. It was way bigger than the other ones, and it took me a little bit longer to get through. I read each of these books, Crash, One Tiny Lie, and tiny breaths in a day each. I read like 3 books in 3 days. This one took me like 3 days or 2 days to get through just because I had school. Sorry, my camera's shaky. But yeah, it was so good. I love them. Read them if you want like contemporary romance, but you're mature enough to handle like the mature themes and like all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's my little thing for right now. Later tonight, I am going to the Sparrow's Nest, which is a maternity home for teens in my area, and I'm doing that because my small group got canceled, but like girls in my small group are going, and we're like hanging out with everyone and just talking. I've never done it before, so I don't know how it's gonna go. I feel like it'll go well. We're eating food and just hanging out, so those are things I'm good at. I need to go do my homework now. I have college algebra. That might be the end of the vlogs for today, just because I can't really vlog in the home or whatever, but if it is, thank you all for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll add on later.